NID is honored to welcome Dr. Ramchandra Guha this evening to its 37th Convocation ceremony, which is being conducted against the grand mystical backdrop of this monument at NID, which magnificently blends Indian heritage to New Age modernity. This convocation venue is known as Eames Plaza in the memory of Charles and Ray Eames, the American designers who were invited in late 50s by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru to conceptualize a design institute for India. We may all take our seats now. Thank you so much. May we now request Chairman Governing Council Dr. Naushad Forbes to invite Dr. Ramchandra Guha to light the convocation lamp. We request the Director NID Shri Pradyumna Vyas to escort the dignitaries. Constant endeavor of NID is to strategically position itself as a global center for excellence in design and innovation through creation of intellectual property and creative leadership. May the light from this lamp continue to lead NID to meet greater challenges of academic excellence and innovation and enable NID to rejuvenate its leadership objectives and promote ethos of Indian design in this era of IPR and globalization. Thank you, dignitaries. This convocation of NID has been called to confer certificates upon the candidates who have been certified to be worthy of receiving the same. We invite Chairman Governing Council NID Dr. Naushad Forbes to declare the convocation open.
I hereby declare the convocation open.
Shri Pradyumna Vyas, the Director, NID, armed with more than 30 years of professional and teaching experience in different spheres of design, has been serving this institute with sound wisdom and wise counsel. Mr. Vyas has coordinated major design promotion events in India and represented NID at various international and national events. He has been elected as an executive board member from 2009 till 11 of International Council of Societies of Industrial Design and was also nominated as member secretary by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India for India Design Council. Recipient of the Asia's Best D School Award for his excellent contribution in design education, may we now invite Shri Pradyumna Vyas for his welcome address and to present the review of the year.
Good evening, everybody. I welcome you all to the 37th Convocation at the National Institute of Design. Today, we are privileged to have with us Dr. Ramchandra Guha, noted historian and biographer, as our distinguished chief guest this evening. A recipient of Padma Bhushan, Dr. Guha has written several books which include Unquiet Woods, A Corner of a Foreign Field, India After Gandhi, and Gandhi Before India. I would like to thank Dr. Guha for accepting our invitation and gracing this ceremony. A warm welcome to Dr. Naushad Forbes, Chairman NID Governing Council, esteemed members of the Governing Council, faculty colleagues, this year's graduates, their parents, distinguished guests, friends from the media, students of NID, and the staff member present here. From across various disciplines, 338 students will receive their degrees today in recognition of their dedication and academic endeavors. Today's convocation is a significant event and marks the beginning of a new phase of life for each one of you. Looking at the enthusiastic group of graduates filled with hope and ambitions for the future, I feel that I must touch upon the theme of this year's Young Designers publication. Its theme, Songs of a Tree, is a celebration of NID's pioneering education initiatives. The tree stands as metaphor of our traditions, knowledge, and wisdom. NID has been like a tree which spreads its branches to become a tree of design knowledge that will nurture NID's design philosophy. This was indeed a very memorable academic year as the institute took up major initiatives in various areas. The professional education programs at NID, headed by Sri Shashank Mehta, seeks to make design education more contextual to contemporary concerns. Applications form for admissions to Bachelor of Design and Master of Design programs at Ahmedabad, Bengaluru, and Gandhinagar campuses, as well as those graduate diploma program designed at NID Vijayawada and NID Kurukshetra were received through a full online system, including payment of application fees. This task was enabled through the admission cell led by Shri Tarundeep Giridhar. It was a matter of great pride and honor for the institute when Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, opened the India Design Show, jointly organized by NID, India Design Council, and CII at the Make in India Week in Mumbai in February 2016. The Honorable Prime Minister of Sweden, Honorable Prime Minister of Finland, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Culture and National Heritage Poland, and Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, Honorable Minister of State for Commerce and Industry, Independent Charge, Government of India were also present at this event. In June 2016, NID was awarded the Certificate for Appreciation by the Ministry of Ayush for designing yoga apparel for the International Yoga Day. This certificate was given by Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Muhammad Hamid Ansari. In July 2016, NID took part in Global Industrial Design Conference at Inopram, which is one of the largest trade fair held annually in Russia. NID also put up a display titled Design in India. This year, India was the partner country in this event. NID participated in the World Industrial Design Conference at China from November 30th to December 4, 2016. At this event, an MOU was signed between NID and China Industrial Design Association. I am happy to announce that NID Kurukshetra was inaugurated in the transit campus at Umri this year. NID Ahmedabad is handholding NID Kurukshetra and NID Vijayawada along with all the new NIDs. The academic program at NID Vijayawada is already in its second year, and the program at NID Kurukshetra commenced from November 15, 2016. NID continues to have been getting global praise. Several noteworthy dignitaries of national and international stature visited the campus this year, and some of them are Shri Ramesh Abhishek, Secretary DIPP, Government of India, His Excellency Sir Dominic Asquith, British High Commissioner to India, His Excellency Alexander Ziegler, Ambassador of France, Mr. David Yakov, Consul General of Israel, and Mr. Jon Campbell Weslin, Consul and Deputy Head of Mission, Consul General of Sweden, Mumbai. This year also, our student won several awards and gained global recognition. The International Program Department is headed by Shri Praveen Nahar. As part of international collaborations, 4 new collaborative agreements were signed. A School of Design, the Hong Kong Polytechnic, University of Hong Kong, University of Arts, London, UK, Hochschule Grafik und Buchste, Germany, Geneva School of Art and Design, Switzerland. This year, several faculty members visited institutes overseas. 84 students from NID went on exchange program overseas, and 24 students from overseas institute came to NID as exchange students. NID hosted prominent event with national and international partners to sensitize the participants from various professionals, organizationals, and institutional background to the contribution of design in translating innovative ideas into market success. In February 2016, the Working Hand in Hand event was organized at NID in collaboration with the Craft Design Society. It celebrated the collaboration between designers and craftspersons and culminated in a fashion show. In March 2016, NID PG Campus Gandhinagar hosted the Global Hackathon curated by Ellen MacArthur Foundation, UK. In April 2016, NID in collaboration with Kala Raksha Vidyalaya Kutch had organized the Visiting Traditions of Tomorrow that showcased contemporary apparel using traditional techniques. Products from this show will also be exhibited at the forthcoming Lakme Fashion Week in Mumbai. In October 2016, NID hosted the third edition of Alpaviram Asian Short and Documentary Film Festival under the leadership of Sri Arun Gupta. In August 2016, NID and the Council General of Sweden in Mumbai organized a Swedish exhibition, Design for Dignity, which showcased products designed to improve the quality of life for the differently abled. The Nakashima at NID, the exhibition was held at NID in October 2016. It aimed to making the younger generation link with NID's celebrated design history. It featured furniture designed by celebrated Japanese-American designer George Nakashima. He worked at NID in 1964 and went on to create truly classic designs that are indeed unique to the area of furniture design. Nakashima's family was also present at the exhibition on our campus. This event was headed by Ms. Tanishka Kacharu. As part of India-UK Tech Summit, India-UK Design Summit was held at New Delhi in November 2016. Mr. Joe Johnson, UK's Minister for Universities, Science, Research and Innovation, released the Future of Design Education in India report. The report had been co-published by the British Council and the India Design Council. Research is central to the academic and professional design practice at NID. The Research and Publication Department is headed by Sri Vijay Singh Katiyar. NID will launch its PhD program in design this year. The research by design is going to be the core in pedagogy and in practice-driven inquiry. The admission process of the PhD program will commence from February 2017. NID Publications is headed by Sri Tarundip Giridhar. Through the NID Press imprint, the third edition of Design and Environment, a primer by Professor H. Kumar Vyas, has been published this year and will be available at the publication stall. The Integrated Design Services Department is headed by Dr. Subir Das. The department undertakes significant design projects for the public and private sectors of the economy. NID designed a Uniting India, Sardar Patel. Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, inaugurated this exhibition on 31st October 2016 on the occasion of Rashtriya Ekta Divas at National Science Centre, New Delhi. It was commissioned by the Ministry of Culture, Government of India. This project was headed by Shri Mayank Lunkar. Shri Vipul Venjura led a project that focused on enhancing ergonomic and aesthetics for living spaces in INS Chennai warship. Apart from this, several other faculty members also completed noteworthy projects across various spheres of design through the department this year. Ms. Nilima Hasija heads the Industry and Online Program Department at NID. It conducted 12 workshops and more than 276 participants from 10 institutes and 51 organizations have participated in them. These were anchored by various NID faculty. As the pioneering of innovative design education, NID introduced its online design education program called NODE last year. The first course called Design Fundamentals has received encouraging response from the learners. NID's outreach programs, headed by Ms. Shimul Mehta Vyas, works closely with the craft sector in the country. NID has been selected as one of the knowledge partners for upgrading the skills and training in traditional arts, crafts, and development, Ustad, a major project launched by the Honorable Prime Minister through the Ministry of Minority Affairs, Government of India, for the benefit of minority communities who are engaged in the practicing of traditional crafts. It will work extensively in 25 traditional crafts clusters spread across the country. Apart from this, other design intervention projects were also done for crafts of Uttarakhand, Madhya Pradesh, and Odisha. NID is nodal agency for implementing of design clinic scheme for MSMEs. It is an initiative of the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Scale Enterprises. Is currently headed by Sri Jitendra Singh Rajput and is mentored by Sri Shashank Mehta. In December 2016, the second phase of the scheme, which envisaged an outlay of 149 crores, was inaugurated by Sri Kalraj Mishra, Honorable Union Minister of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. The placement cell is headed by Ms. Sujata Nair and Ms. Niju Dubey at NID Ahmedabad and Bengaluru campus respectively. In December 2016, the industry interface was organized at NID Ahmedabad and Gandhinagar. It focused on full-time recruitment and graduation projects. More than 100 companies were present and 15 companies conducted off-campus interviews for recruitment across various segments of the economy. The Railway Design Center, Intellectual Property Rights Cell, and the National Design Business Incubator (NDBI) at NID are headed by Dr. Vikram Singh Parmar. NDBI has been approved as nodal agency by the Government of Gujarat, and it will be responsible for dispersing startup funds, grants under the Startup India and Stand Up India schemes. 4 major projects were completed by Railway Design Center at NID. These projects focus on design for train interiors, color schemes, a wayfinding system, and an animation film discouraging people from crossing railway tracks. NID's Research and Development Campus Bengaluru is headed by Dr. Vibhudatta Baral. Go Green with Bamboo, Zero CO2 was organized by the Center of Bamboo Initiatives at NID, headed by Sri C.S. Sushant. It was inaugurated on the 18th September 2016, which is also celebrated as World Bamboo Day. Noteworthy activities took place at the NID Post-Graduation Campus Gandhinagar, which is headed by Ms. Krishna Patel. The Innovation Center for Natural Fiber, ICNF, is headed by Professor Pradyuman Singh Jhala. Jute carry bags and lifestyle accessories designed by this center were launched by the then Honorable Union Minister of State for Textiles Independent Charge, Shri Santosh Gangwar, at the National Seminar on Jute Diverse Products at Kolkata in February 2016. These bags were also showcased at the GIFTEX show in Tokyo, Japan. The banners designed for this convocation have also been made of jute. This year also, the PG campus remained at the forefront of significant initiatives. Its faculty members and students participated in various projects, conferences, and academic initiatives that celebrated design. Significant activities of the India Design Council are coordinated by NID Ahmedabad. In June 2016, the Make in India, Good Design, India Design Mark event was held at New Delhi. It was jointly organized by NID, India Design Council, and the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, Government of India. On the occasion of India Design Mark, the India Design Mark catalog and an NID publication compiling of projects done for Government of India were released. The India Design Mark exhibition was organized for the second consecutive year at Tokyo, Japan, under the aegis of Good Design Award exhibition starting from 29th October to 2nd November 2016. In September 2016, the Good Design Seminar was conducted at Bengaluru and Coimbatore by the India Design Council and Japan Institute of Design Promotion to show how design can create a sustainable competitive advantage for the business. Dear friends, today's convocation ceremony also includes the graduate show and display the innovative and creative work of this year's graduate. I invite each one of you to view this show. Dear graduates, I wish that each one of you has extremely rewarding and fulfilling career. You must create sustainable design options and support them with value-centric design approach. It is indeed a remarkable that an education in design has come to attain its true recognition after NID was awarded the status of Institute of National Importance. This has brought the design profession at the forefront of social and economic development. NID equips you with a strong understanding of your social responsibilities, and it will transform you into more empathetic human beings. Today, technology has been progressing very rapidly, and this is the most opportune moment for all of you to make an impact and strive for humanizing technology. You must ensure that technology is used in a more responsible, sustainable, and inclusive manner, and that it must uphold ethics and social harmony. In the India report, Charles and Ray Eames have mentioned, I quote, "In order to even approach the quality and values of a traditional society, a conscious effort must be made to relate every factor that might possibly have an effect," unquote. I invite you all to spare a thought for this sentiment and strive to bring traditional knowledge existing across various spheres of Indian culture into the mainstream through innovative design practices. You need to address the concerns related to sustainable environment, social inclusion, aging, social safety, healthcare, indigenous technology, and frugal innovation. Professional ethics, integrity, co-creation, and participatory research should define your future success in this field of design. Dear graduates, you have spent some of the most remarkable years of educational life on this campus. Soon you will be living with lots of hope and determination to fulfill your aspirations. NID's long tradition of excellence and the strong value system will help you grow as designers and as individuals too. I wish you all the very best for bright and successful future. May God bless you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing NID's activities and for your inspiring words. Now we request Sri Shashank Mehta, Chairman, Professional Education Programs, NID, to conduct the convocation proceedings.
Candidates for the Professional Education Program from the Faculty of Industrial, Communication, Textile, Apparel, and Lifestyle Accessory Design, Exhibition, IT Integrated, and Interdisciplinary Design Studies, please rise. Sir, I present the candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the NID Professional Education Program in Industrial, Communication, Textile, Apparel, and Lifestyle Accessory Design, Exhibition, IT Integrated, and Interdisciplinary Design Studies, and request you to confer the certificates on them, including those who have been permitted to receive their certificate in absentia.
Candidates for the Professional Education Program, do you pledge that in your life, by word and deed, you will prove yourselves worthy of the certificate I have been requested to confer on you?
I pledge that in my life, by word and deed, I will prove myself worthy of the graduation degree conferred upon me.
By the authority given to me by the Governing Council of the National Institute of Design, I confer on you the graduation degree of the NID Professional Education Program. Congratulations.
Students may now take their seats.
The candidates will individually receive their certificates from the chairman as I call their names and return to take their seats. Divakar Kumar. Varsha Kumari. Yashasvi Rajiv Rastogi. Anvi Singhania. Abdul Khader A.K. Abhishek Kumar Meena. Agnihotri Kunal Pinaki. Aman Bharadwaj. Aman Mahuakar. Ananya Anil. Ananya Khetan. Angela. Anirudh Pratap Singh. Ankita Gupta. Anushka Sahlot. Archana Chandrasekhar. Arup Ratan Guha. Ashima Shering. Aishwarya Agrawal. Ashwathi. Atul S.N. Ayushi Jain. Ved Prakash Das. भानवी गुप्ता, भूमिका शैल, भूषितेंदु भट्ट, विदिशा विश्वास, बिलोक शंकर, चंद्रपालुका भाग्यराज, छाया वैदेही रमणिकलाल, दिनेश राम आर, डोना एम पार्था, दृष्टि खोकर, दुसाने हर्षल पीतांबर, गोपीकृष्ण एच, गोयल कोमल अजित, इमोन राजा, ईरा सुधीर शर्मा, ईशान दास, जावकर विद्याश्री वीरेंद्र, जजीला बशीर, कादरी जैन जाविद, कैसा केरन लोली, कनिका मीणा, लक्ष्मी केवी, मैबम केंडो, मणिदीपा बारला, मेधा गुप्ता, मेहक चानना, मेवावाला सिरोज नेविल, मोनालिसा, मोनिका पोद्दार, नीरजा राजकुमार, निन्नी रविंद्र साहू, ओशिन नेगी, पलक खरे, पंचोली दीपेश दीपक, परमार मिशेल निहारिका शैलेश, पूजा सोनकर, प्रज्ञा कैन, प्रशांत चौरसिया, प्रियवर्षिनी टी, राघवेंद्र यादव, राहुल परिहार, राकेश कुमार, रमीज अंजुम लस्कर, रानाडे ईशा श्रीनिवास, रुचा बकुलेश जोशी, रूपाली सोमकुवर, रुशाती चौधरी, सागरिका घोष, सहज खेत्रपाल, समीर ए बेक, संदीप कुमार, संदीप राज के, सर्विष्ठा, सेजल तिवारी, शिवांगी दिघे, शिवानी गोस्वामी, शिवात्मिका लाला, सोहिनी दासगुप्ता, श्रुति लाल, शुभम, शुभम धर्मस्तु, शुभम सिंगाई, सुबित सागर, सुरुथि बी एस, सिद्धांगना आनंद, सिज्या गुप्ता, स्नेह, स्नेहा मुंडारी, श्रेयाना सान्याल, सृष्टि दुबे, सुकन्या भास्कर, सुशांत कुमार आर्य, सुषमा यादव, स्वयं दास, तांबे क्षितित रत्नकांत, ठवली नेहा अविनाश, तुपकारी कल्याणी जयंत, विभु मित्तल, ए भास्कर राव, ए रोहित, आदित्य गंगवार, आलोक जायसवाल, आतुर हर्ष, अभिलाषा त्रिपाठी, अभिलाषा विशेष जलानी, अभिषेक मुखर्जी, अब्राहम दिपिन जैकब, आदर्श कुमार पॉल, अदिति शर्मा, आदित्य प्रताप सिंह, अगम अरोड़ा, अग्रिमा नागर, अजय कुमार, आकार सिन्हा, आकाशदीप सोनकर, अक्षत शुक्ला, अलेक्या रेड्डी, एलिस मारिया जस्मिथिया, अमित कुमार सोनी, आनंद ई एस, अनन्या, अनिक सेन, अनमोल खाखा, अंसारी समीर इकरार अहमद, अनुपम हल्दर, अनुपमा एन, अनुराग अरोड़ा, अपराजिता चौधरी, अरविंद एस, अर्चना पूर्ति, अर्णव दीपक बारिक, अर्पित पांडे, अरुणिमा गुप्ता, अरुण कुमार बी, अरुण विजय एम, अरविंद सुथार, असीला टी ए, असेरकर आदित्य शशांक मृदुला, अशोक हरिहरन लीला, अतुल कुमार छाबड़ा, बगारी उदय कुमार, बबानु रंजन नाइक, भागने प्राची सीधर, भंडारे विद्याधर भोपाल, बारोटे प्रतीक वसंत, भोसले माधुरी विजय, बोस तनुमोय, चैतन्य सोलंकी, चौधरी ललित डोंगर संध्या, चौहान कृणाल कुमार दिनेश कुमार, चोंडागर विवेक रमेश भाई, क्लिफर्ड जेफरी, दानिया फैजल, रिया मारिया, देवांशु भौमिक, देवस्मिता घोष, डिसेंसी चकमा, दीपा वर्मा, दीपाली मून, दीपिका एस जी, दीपिका सहाय, दीपमाला दत्ता, धर्मेश भा, धीरेश माधव, ध्रुव स्वामिनी बैस, दिनेश अभिराम, दिनेश कुमार बोराना, दिविता दुगर, दिव्या वर्मा, दिव्यांगना शर्मा, एकता अग्रवाल, ईशा कटियार, गायकवाड़ गौतम शरद, गणेश आर एस, गोड़े श्रीकांत प्रभाकर राव, गोपी चंद यनुमुला, गोवेकर कृष्ण कुमार देव, हला जोरिन संगी, हेमा ए, हिमांशु पनवार, हितेंद्र नुनवाल, जड़िया ऋषिका योगेश चारू, जनश्रुति मिरियाला, जांगीड़ पवन कुमार ताराचंद, जेसन विक्रम मारियादास, जितिन पौलोस, जॉय रेबेक्का मार्डी, Judith Shangita Kujur. No, Judith is not there. Jyoti Narayan. K. Santosh. Bomik Kazi Kalpesbhai. Karmu Mazi. अंकित कवैया शैलेश वर्षा, कविता सिंह पनवार, खाइदेम सुमन सिंगा, खेड़ेकर अभिषेक राजाराम, कोमल श्री, अश्वथी विजय कुमार, कुणाल दाहिया, लक्ष्मी गुप्ता, लाथकर नकुल नरेंद्र नंदिनी, माधुरी रविशंकर, महिमा करोल, प्रीतम गीता मांडवकर, मंद्रिला विश्वास, मंगेश कामले, मणिकंदन HK, अरुंधति माधव मनमोड़े, मदिवदनी T, मयकर अभिज्ञा, मेहक जैन, मेहुल प्रकाश, मिताली कपूर, मोहित भाटिया, मोनिका गहलोत, शिल्पा गोपीनाथन नायर, नकुल सक्सेना, नंबीराजन V, नंदना चक्रवर्ती, नंदित N देसाई, गगन नरहे, नारविलकर मानसी, नशीद रहमान, नवीन कुमार, नवीन N, नेहा जान, नेहा सिंह, नितिन बोस, नितिन राज, निखिल चंद्रशेखर, निकिता नाथ, नीला युमनाम, निमिषा सिंगल, निर्मय, निवेदा स्कॉलास्टिकल ऑस्टिन, पांचाल भक्ति किशोर वर्षा, परिश्रुत भाटिया, मुस्तकीम खान, पाटिल हर्षल राव साहेब, पाटिल प्रियल राजाराम संगीता, समीर पटवर्धन, पूजा कोलोई, पूजा कुमारी, पूजा वासु, पूर्णिमा माह, पूर्वा मांकड़, प्रभाकर डबराल, प्रदीप सिद्धप्पा, प्रणालिका आर्य, प्रणव प्रसून, प्रसन्नजीत कुमार, प्रतीक P अशोक, प्रथमा वर्मा, प्रेरणा ठक्कर, पुनीत चिकारा, रचा राकेश, राहुल अरोड़ा, राजापुरकर कुणाल उत्तमराव, रंजिता चौधरी, राशि सराफ, राशि तनवर, राठौड़ पार्थ प्रमोद, रवि कुमार पीताम्बर दास परमार, आकाश रे, रितिका रस्तोगी, रेनेसा गुहा, ऋषिका नामदेव, रितु राणा देवरी, रिजवी मंजावली, साक्षी यादव, सचिन जेम्स कुजूर, साध्वी ठुकराल, साहिल थापा, सलमा के, सलोनी दंडवते, सलोनी जा, सपाना भास्कर, शताब्दी विश्वास, सौरभ शीतक, सलंकी गुप्ता, शतुल मेहता, शेख मोहम्मद इशाक, शैली जोहिया, शिबू एम, शिल्पा पी, शिल्पी सैमसन, स्नेहल शिंदे, श्रेया कनोई, श्रेया प्रणीत, श्रेया राटकोंडा, श्रेयसी सेनगुप्ता, श्रुति जैन, सिद्धार्थ शंकर समुख, सिंधु जी भट्ट, सिंधु एम एस, सिंधु एस राव, शिवरंजिनी जे, स्नेहा पी, सोनार मैथिली अरुण, सृजित एस टेकुमुरी, श्रुति श्रीधर एम, सुमेध सोनारे, सुप्रिया सोनी, सुरभि भटनागर, सूरज वी, स्वरूषी विक्रोल, निखिल तेलंग, तन्वी दुआ, तन्वी गर्ग, तरुण भंडारी, तरुणा सिंह, थोराट मनाली नंदकुमार, त्रिदेव सुवर्णन, T2 मिली, ट्रेसा मैरी मैथ्यू विडोन, उदित भट्टाचार्य, वर्तक मृण्मयी सुनील शर्मिला, विथिका मिश्रा, Varnekar Tanisha Gajanan, Vibhute Swapnil Rajendra, Vihang Premchand Gadekar, Vikas Kumar, Vikas Shetty, Vinay Kumar, Vishal Devaria, Vishwanath G. Sirolkar, Yashi Bahuguna. So Judith Sangeeta Kujur, right? The following candidates have been awarded the professional education certificates in absentia. Wankhede Mihir Manoj, Anjumani Boro, Arundhati Bharadwaj, Dipanjana Chakravarti, Shivani Goyal, Onkar Nath, and Garima Gautam. Thank you.
May we now request Ms. Hemangini Kavthekar, NID, to present the graduation register to Chairman Governing Council, Dr. Naushad Forbes, for his signature. And now may we request Chairman Governing Council Dr. Naushad Forbes to felicitate Sri Pradyumna Vyas, Director NID, with a memento for completing 25 years of service with NID in 2016. And now may we request Sri Pradyumna Vyas, Director NID, to felicitate Sri Vasram Parmar for completing 25 years of service. Thank you so much, sir. Dr. Naushad Forbes received his bachelor's and master's degree from Stanford University and is a PhD in industrial engineering. He also holds the BAS in industrial engineering and history from Stanford University. He has been a consulting professor in the Management Science and Engineering program at Stanford University since 1987. He has a number of publications to his credit, like From Followers to Leaders, Managing Technology in Newly Industrializing Countries. He was instrumental in developing courses in technology and policy in newly industrialized countries and the management of technology in firms in newly industrialized countries. He is the co-chairman of Forbes Marshall, India's leading steam engineering and control instrumentation company, and he has been appointed as the President of Confederation of Indian Industry for the year 2016 and 2017. We now invite Dr. Naushad Forbes for the presidential address.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow students. This is an occasion to celebrate your achievements and those of the National Institute of Design. NID's commitment to excellence in design education, design practice, design thinking, makes it indeed a privilege to congratulate all of you graduating students today. And Pradyumna, congratulations on your 25-year award. Ever since our foundation 56 years ago, actually, NID was founded about the same time I was. NID has been the country's premier design institute. Almost any design institute, design consultancy, and design department in the country owes its origins to NID and its graduates. This is now directly beginning to spread too. And I'm happy to inform you, and as Pradyumna mentioned too in his address, that in a short span of time, NID Vijayawada has successfully completed 1 year of education with NID Ahmedabad's active promotion, and NID Kurukshetra has also started operations. And the new PhD program that Pradyumna announced that will begin in February will only amplify and spread NID's impact throughout the country. But however much has been achieved so far, our task is truly enormous. Recently, Pradyumna and some members of our governing council visited China, and they tell us that China currently graduates 550,000 design graduates each year, versus a little less than 10,000 in our own country. And sometimes when we talk about whether we should be chasing quality or quantity in design education in our country, we perhaps miss the point that we should be chasing both. We have to increase substantially the quantity of design education and design graduates that we produce as a country, and we have to enhance and spread the quality out from centers of excellence like NID around the country. We need to do both. And I would only commit on behalf of CII this year and of industry in general our own interest and support in making this joint goal of spreading and growing quantity and quality happen. 338 students have graduated this year, today. You're highly capable in your chosen areas of study and work, and you can go on to achieve much and contribute in a major way towards our economic and social development. Your achievements come from great faculty seated here on the stage, but they also come from the support of great parents. So I would encourage all of you graduating students today to stand up, turn around, and cheer all those who've made this day possible for you. Thank you. Great institutes all around the world have excellence in faculty, they have excellence in students. And this combination of excellence in faculty and students shows up in a variety of ways. It shows up in the excellence of one's curriculum, excellence in the research that the institute does, and excellence, if I may say so, in the student exhibition that we're about to see very shortly. But it shows up in particular in detail. Excellence is a matter of detail. And I'll come back to this point in a minute. And the detail that you see at NID is the best symbol of the excellence all around. Whether it's this wonderful graduation ceremony, whether it's the elegant and beautiful graduation dress that we all wear, or whether it's this magnificent setting that we are all privileged to be a part of, this excellence in detail is what actually states excellence powerfully. So excellence is truly in the water here at NID, and it is our responsibility as students, as faculty, as governing council members, and as other well-wishers of NID to keep it that way. Excellence is also, if I may say so, in our chief guest today. It is a privilege and great personal pleasure to have Ramchandra Guha with us as our chief guest and convocation speaker today. Ram is no stranger to NID. He was a frequent visitor here some 35 years ago when he was courting his wife, Sujata. Sujata says that she never believed that 35 years later, he would be the convocation speaker. but he is famous as one of our foremost intellectuals and as our foremost historian. Ram has written many great books. My personal favorite is India After Gandhi. It's one of my 5 favorite books of all time. And reading India After Gandhi leaves the reader greatly informed, but it also leaves the reader, I think, with a great sense of pride in what has been achieved, a sense of wonder at how a nation has been created, a sense of wonder at how it has been created with intellect, with vision, with craftiness, with compromise, and perhaps even sometimes with some error. But it is a story of how a great nation has been created nonetheless. Among Ram's most recent books are 2 collections of essays, Patriots and Partisans, and most recently last year, Democrats and Dissenters. Although these titles refer to other people that he's writing about, I think you will hear in Ram's speech today a partisan, a Democrat, maybe even a dissenter, but I think always a patriot. Finally, a design message. You know, this is the last day in your lives when you are only going to be at the receiving end of messages. From tomorrow, you can start giving them too. This morning, I had the great pleasure of visiting the Calico Museum for the first time. I think it's one of the world's most unique and great museums. It demonstrates so powerfully the greatness of our aesthetic traditions in the country, the greatness of our craft traditions, and certainly the greatness of our textile traditions. But the question is why, with this past greatness, why does India then not lead the world in textiles today? So the task that Pradyumna set for all of you at the end of his address of bringing together our great strengths and great traditions of the past and applying them through modern design to creating a new future for us as a society is indeed the task we must all engage upon. The answer, it seems to me, lies in bringing together great design with great scale, great design with great manufacturing, and great design with great entrepreneurship. I hope many of you new graduates will be a part of this project of bringing great design to entrepreneurship, to manufacturing, and to scale around the world. So I wish you a life of joy, a life of making a difference, of loving what you do, and a life of great beauty and great design. Congratulations again, and thank you.
Thank you so very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have Dr. Ramchandra Guha as our chief guest, a historian and a biographer based in Bangalore. Dr. Guha's books and essays have been translated in more than 20 languages. His awards include Leopold Heidi Prize of the American Society of Environmental History, the UK Cricket Society's Literary Prize, the Ramnath Goenka Award, the Sahitya Akademi Award, Padma Bhushan, and Fukuoka Prize. We request Dr. Ramchandra Guha to address all present here with his esteemed words.
Dr. Naushad Forbes, Sri Pradyumna Vas, members of the Governing Council, faculty, assembled guests, and above all students. It's a wonderful occasion for the 338 of you who graduated. And as I was watching them get their degrees one by one and file past, several of them, as they passed by me, held their degree and said, "Wow." Now, I understood that and empathized with that completely, because I know, almost from first-hand experience, that the NID degree may even be the most arduous and difficult professional degree you can obtain in India. I studied at what is supposed to be the most prestigious undergraduate college in our country, and I passed my exams by using my friend's notes. I then later on became quite serious and did a PhD, a credible PhD, but I know I did not work as hard as the NID graduates. This is also true of the IIT, the IIMs, the IIMS. These are all difficult, complicated, arduous professional programs, but the NID degree may possibly be the most difficult and arduous and challenging of them all. So congratulations. Congratulations. I have three things in common with the 338 graduating students today. The first is that my life too was changed by the NID. It was in that corridor outside Mr. Vyas's office that I first met my future wife. And I was then, later on, I started doing a PhD in Calcutta, and I would come to court her. And whenever I would come, by the way, the railway journey from Kolkata to Ahmedabad in those days took 55 hours. And I would come here, and Sujata would be working in the studio and would not leave the studio, because that's how difficult the NID degree was. So that's the first thing I share in common with you. My life was changed by the NID. But I'm going to speak no more about that. I'm going to speak about the second and third things I share in common with you. The second is that as a writer, I also work, let us say, in a creative field, in an interesting, complicated, challenging creative field. And the third thing I share with you, which is what I would focus on today, is that I too, like the 338 of you, am a citizen of India. And I want to explain to you, as a much more elderly citizen of India than you, with 35 years of experience studying, understanding, writing about, unraveling this complicated country of ours, what it means to be a creative person in India. That's going to be the focus of my talk to you today. And I'm going to begin with a quotation from a former US ambassador to India called Robert Blackwell. Robert Blackwell wrote, "India is a pluralist society that creates magic with democracy." India is a pluralist society that creates magic with democracy, rule of law and individual freedom, community relations and cultural diversity. What a place to be an intellectual. I wouldn't mind being born 10 times to rediscover India. This quotation, that India is a place that creates magic with diversity, rule of law, community relations, it's an extraordinary privilege to be an intellectual in India. It's equally a privilege to be a designer, a filmmaker, a musician, an artist, a playwright, anyone working in the creative field. You are lucky to be born in India. There could be places in the world that are safer, that are less corrupt, that are less brutal to their citizens, where the air is not polluted. I'd be happier, for sake of argument, if I was not a writer, but I was in some other field, if I was a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer, I would be happier to be a citizen of Sweden. But as a writer, I want to be born nowhere else in India. And if I'm reborn, and as a writer, I'd like to be born here. What makes India so special, so unique, so remarkable for anyone in a creative field, including you designers? There are three things. The first is the extraordinary depth of our civilizational heritage. Although we are a young nation, next year to be later this year to complete 70 years as an independent nation, we are an ancient civilization. So there's the depth of our civilization. That's the first thing that makes us distinctive. The second thing, even more important for anyone in the creative field, is our diversity.
India has more Parsis, more Jains, and more Sikhs than any other country in the world. Australia calls itself a Christian nation, but we have more Christians than Australia. We have more Muslims than almost all the members of the Organization of Islamic Nations. And of course, yet we are a majority Hindu country. So it's our religious diversity, and even more remarkable, but perhaps less appreciated, is our linguistic diversity. If you look at our rupee note, on that rupee note are 17 different languages in 17 different scripts. No other nation has comparable linguistic diversity. In each of these languages, Tamil, Kannada, Urdu, Marathi, Gujarati, Odia, Bengali, each of these languages has a long and rich and incredibly robust and alive literary tradition. Then there's our ethnic diversity, our aesthetic diversity, our technological diversity. We still have Stone Age hunter-gatherers, and we also have the nuclear bomb. This you will find in no other country in the world. Our culinary diversity. So just the extraordinary diversity of this country is unparalleled. Our ecological diversity. I started life as an environmental historian. And you can go from the highest mountains in the world to the most arid deserts, to the rich tropical rainforests of the Western Ghats, and of course, the scrub forests of the Deccan, a long and very diverse coastline. We are also a marine society, magnificent rivers. So, in terms of our ecological, cultural, linguistic, religious, technological, aesthetic diversity, we are unparalleled. So there's the depth, there's the diversity, and finally, and most importantly, there's the democracy. And the greatness of Indian democracy is that firstly, India was not supposed to be democratic. In the history of the world, we are the first country, the first poor country to attempt democracy. When we became independent in 1947, the visionary founders of this nation, who included Jawaharlal Nehru, who also founded the National Institute of Design, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, his great comrade in arms, the great Baba Saheb B.R. Ambedkar, the main draftsman of our Indian Constitution, these three remarkable people, if there are three people who built, conceptualized a democratic and diverse India, they were Patel, Nehru, and Ambedkar. In whichever order you choose, you can have Ambedkar first, Nehru first, Patel first. But these are the three people who made possible a united and democratic country that crucially respected diversity. As I said, in the Western world, when they were poor, there were no elections. For many decades, women were not allowed to vote in France, in Germany, in the United States. In India, on the other hand, we became independent in 1947. In 1950, we enacted our first constitution. And in our first general election in 1952, everyone, regardless of literacy level or educational status or caste or gender, voted. In 1952, every adult Indian was eligible to vote. In Switzerland, a supposedly an advanced Western country, in some parts of Switzerland, women got the vote only in 1971. And everyone mocked Nehru and Ambedkar. Nehru and Ambedkar, who made universal adult franchise a crucial part of our constitution, they were mocked, not by everyone, by left-wing people, right-wing people, middle-class people said, how can you give the poor the vote? How can you give Dalits the vote? Patriarch said, how can you give women the vote? An editor in Madras wrote in 1952 that our first general election was the biggest gamble in history. In 1967, when we held our fourth general election, the correspondent of the London Times came to India and said, voting by poor people is a farce. And this will be the last general election India will ever hold. And we've held 12 general elections after that. Some years ago, many years ago in fact, about 20 years ago, I was in a conference in the University of California at Berkeley, And my co-panelist was an Indonesian intellectual who had been exiled from his country. And I was visiting. I was an Indian living in India, visiting in Indonesia. And I gave a talk complaining about the immorality and corruption of Indian politics. And this Indian intellectual, Indonesian intellectual, turned to me and said, Ram, at least in your country you have general elections. In my country, we have the election of the generals. And that's true still in many of our surrounding countries, that you have the election of the generals. Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, for long periods of time were run by the army. So democracy is an extraordinary achievement, not just the holding of free and fair elections, but free intellectual life, a free media, free movement of people. China was mentioned. China may be ahead of us in some respects, including the number of design graduates, but do you know that if you want to move from your village to a city in China, you need a permit? Unlike Indians, who can travel in any part of the world. I mean, look at this wonderful graduating class with me. I mean, you've come to Ahmedabad from wherever you studied in India. You've not needed permission from your local party chief. You could just travel to any part of this country. And above all, the greatness of the founders of India was that they did not see diversity and democracy as antithetical. They used democracy to deepen, to respect, to affirm, to uphold our diversity, and particularly the diversity of religion and language. And that is what makes India special and unique, that we combine democracy with diversity. When India became independent in 1947, Pakistan became independent at the same time. Pakistan was constituted as an Islamic nation. But the founders of the Indian Republic, people like Nehru and Patel and Ambedkar, were emphatic that India would not be a Hindu state. And that is part of our great success. We have a Muslim majority state, Kashmir. We have several Christian majority states in the northeast, Mizoram and Nagaland among them. We have a Sikh majority state, the Punjab. We have Buddhist majority districts, both Ladakh as well as part of Arunachal Pradesh. So we glory in our diversity, and we glory even more in our linguistic diversity. And this may be an even greater achievement. Most nations of the world were formed on the basis of one religion, one language. To be German, everyone must speak German. To be Polish, everyone must speak Polish. But to be Indian, you can speak Hindi if you want, and you can speak Tamil and Urdu and Kannada and Gujarati if you want. Now, throughout our history as an independent nation, there's been a section of insecure and, dare I say, paranoid politicians who have felt India can only be united if we use one language, if everyone must know Hindi. And in the year 1989, one of these insecure politicians became chief minister of our largest state, Uttar Pradesh, which is a Hindi-speaking state. And it so happened, I will not mention his name, he's still active in politics today, and you can Google and find out who was chief minister of Uttar Pradesh in 1989. But when he was chief minister of Uttar Pradesh in 1989, he wrote a letter to the chief minister of Kerala in Hindi. And the answer came back in Malayalam. Now, it turned out that there were many fewer people in Lucknow who understood Malayalam than there were people in Trivandrum who understand Hindi. So the chief minister of UP got his lesson, swallowed his pride, and replied in English. One more footnote to this. 30 years before this, another politician from North India was insisting that the Tamils speak Hindi. And he wrote to C. Rajagopalachari, who was a great freedom fighter and our first Governor General, that why do you use English? English is a foreign language. And Rajagopalachari wrote back saying, Saraswati is the goddess of language. She gave birth to all languages, including English. Hence, English is an Indian language. And I think this wise, sensible, humane decision to retain our diversity, to not be paranoid, makes India such an extraordinary place. So you have the diversity, you have the democracy, and you have the depth. The great Kannada writer U.R. Anantamurthy, who was a friend and mentor of mine, once said, an Indian writer lives simultaneously in the 12th century and the 21st century. Because everywhere, look at the landscape behind us. Wherever we go, there are traces of the old, the not so old, the not so new, the new, and the future. If you are an English writer, you only live in the 21st century. But if you're an Indian writer, or an Indian artist, or an Indian architect, or an Indian designer, or an Indian apparel maker, you live in all centuries. You live in the 12th century and the 21st century, and in all centuries in between. That's what makes the experience of working in the creative field in India so extraordinarily enriching. I've been in this business much longer than you. You will now graduate, you will go out into the world, you'll get your first jobs, you'll travel. You must travel across the world. You must travel to the West, because in many ways the West is, at least in terms of technological sophistication, including in the field of design, has a lot to teach us. I hope you also travel in the neighborhood to our neighboring countries. I've had the enormous pleasure and privilege of visiting all the countries that border India. I visited Pakistan 3 times, China twice, Sri Lanka twice, Nepal 4 or 5 times, Bangladesh. And wherever I've gone, I've learned. I've learned to juxtapose my country, its history, its culture, its literature, its philosophy against those of other countries. So you will travel. And you must travel all across the world. You must also travel in the neighborhood. But I hope that as you mature in your field, you also spend some time in traveling in parts of India that are not your own. India has 29 states. I have traveled through 25 of them, 26 of them, including several states in the Northeast. I have not been to Nagaland and Mizoram, but I will quite soon. But I've been to Arunachal, Manipur, Meghalaya, Assam, Kashmir, and many states I know well. I was born and raised in Dehradun, which is part of Uttarakhand. I studied in Delhi, did a PhD in Kolkata, settled down in Bengaluru. I have traveled extensively in Western India. And my professional work could not have been possible. I could not have written the books I have about this extraordinary, interesting, some often frustrating, complex, but always absorbing country had I not traveled within it. Last week, I was in Kochi, at the Kochi Biennale, which is a fabulous experience artistically, but it's also a fabulous experience sociologically, because Fort Kochi has within it the imprint of Hindu, Muslim, Jewish, and Christian cultures. And our guide through the Kochi Biennale was not Hindu, he was not Christian, he was not Jewish, and he was not Muslim, but he was a Sikh. He was an architecture student from Chandigarh, come to help as an interpreter of the Biennale. From Kochi, I went to Maharashtra. I'm coming from Pune, where I had the great privilege of participating in a function felicitating the leading writers, artists, playwrights, and social activists of Maharashtra. And through that, you get a sense of the diversity and the richness of Maharashtra. I am now in Ahmedabad, a city I know well, and not only for romantic reasons. I know Ahmedabad well also because I'm writing a biography of Mahatma Gandhi, and much of my research has been done in the Sabarmati Ashram, where I spent this morning. And I will then go back home tomorrow to Bengaluru. Then I'm going to Tamil Nadu. I'm going to Tanjavur and Kumbakonam, partly because I have not seen the great temples of that area, and partly because a resident of Karnataka, living upstream in the Kaveri, I want to know why the Tamils want the water of Kaveri so much. So it's always a journey. I come back, then I go to Kolkata. And from Kolkata, I go to Kathmandu, because I have not been to Nepal. I'm very attached to Nepal, and I have not been to Nepal after the horrible earthquake they had 2 years ago. And it's to travel such as these that you get a more subtle, more enriched understanding of your own country. Naushad was kind enough to mention my book, India After Gandhi. In that book, which was published 10 years ago, I said, as a multilingual, multi-religious political entity, India anticipated the European Union by 40 years. India was created in the 1940s, Europe was created 30 or 40 years later. So I wrote, as a multilingual, multi-religious political entity, India anticipated the European Union by 30 or 40 years. And today I would say, India will outlive the European Union also by a minimum of 30 or 40 years. So it's this extraordinary richness of diversity of India that would make it a special privilege and joy to be in the creative field. And as you go through your life, I, of course, wish you all professional success and fulfillment. But I would urge you to discover, rediscover, and discover afresh this country of ours. I'll make one last statement, and then I'll end. Naushad also referred to the fact that I'm a patriot. And I want to urge on all of you in this, not just the young students here, but everyone else in this wonderful audience on this most magnificent occasion. I want to draw your attention to what one of our greatest patriots, Rabindranath Tagore, who wrote our national anthem and was no mean artist himself, once said. Tagore distinguished between a patriot and a nationalist. And I want to urge that distinction on you. A patriot is someone who loves his country. A nationalist is someone who hates the other fellow's country. And it's that love for your country, without being blind to its faults, its blemishes, but respecting its deep history, its extraordinary diversity, and above all, its rich, robust, and continuing democratic traditions that will make you a better designer, a better human being, and a better Indian. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for such interesting words. We now request Chairman, Governing Council, Dr. Naushad Forbes, to present a memento to our chief guest, Dr. Ramchandra Guha. May we now request Chairman, Governing Council, Dr. Naushad Forbes, to declare the convocation closed.
I declare the convocation closed.
We thank you all for being a part of this 37th convocation. Wishing all the graduates and postgraduates good luck for their future. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.